Hi, everyone. I'm going to sit here for a little while and see who comes in. See if you don't see me yet.
No,
I see you. What? Let me write something in here. You don't see me on the camera?
no, I just see the commercial for me now. So maybe after the commercial.
You should be able to see me now. You can see me after the commercial?
Yeah, that's what I'm waiting to see. There you go.
Mm-hmm. Hey, everyone. Trickle in, trickle in. Fix this, make sure it's good. Um, yes, I will be covering Young Thug today. And the allegations, well, not allegations, as we all know, he's been taken into custody by the feds on RICO charges. Um, hold on, y'all. Hold it, hold it, hold it. I have a lot of information to give, but I'm not only going to give information regarding that, I'm going to talk about a couple of things. Hey, Sharon. What's up going on? Um, First, let's look at this case. Now, let me tell y'all what's going on. I went and listened to the whole story today. I was like, it's the same scenario they use all the time. They use the same scenario. What's up, Steve? Hello, Mercy. Hello, Ben. They locked up. I know, right? But let me tell y'all. Let me read y'all what's in the New York Times. It's in the New York Times. Young Thug, Atlanta rap star, is arrested on gang-related charges. He was indicted with about 24 others, including some accused of murder and attempted armed robbery. The county's district attorney has vowed to crack down on street gangs. The rap star Young Thug, one of the most influential artists to emerge from Atlanta's famously fertile hip hop scene, was arrested on Monday on suspicion of gang involvement and conspiracy to violate the Georgia criminal racketeering law. The rapper, whose name is Jeffrey Williams, was charged in a sweeping grand jury indictment that identified him and 27 other people as members of the same criminal street gang. 27. So I want y'all to learn from this because didn't this baby mama his baby's mother got killed. I think it was last week or the week before, if I'm not mistaken. And the murder that sparked it was in 2014 or 15. Um, I don't know if it was Nut, but I know this person Nut was friends to both of them, and he was like a mediator between the two. Not a mediator between the two, but he was one of the cool dudes in the neighborhood that you could rock with, that rocked with everybody. And he's the one that introduced them. They actually even did a song together on YFN Lucci's, I think, first album release or EP. So when Nut got killed, then, I guess there was no OG around that was cool with everybody and was trying to keep the peace. And that's when the so-called beef began. It didn't really have a basis. So there was exchanges of violence on YSL people and YFN people. I even saw when Young Thug was calling himself Tupac, which was a very disrespectful to me because Tupac, YFN Lucci said something that I had to agree with, and he was like, Tupac would have never had put on a dress. You know what I'm saying? So, um, This transpired with them too. They're going back and forth. They're beefing the same scenario, one crew against the other. And then they try to say it's a record label, but sometimes it's not a record label. It's actually a cover for underlying gang activities. And they begin funding these gangs. And we all know the scenarios. Hello, Sai. We all know the scenario. He wear a tutu and a dress. You know, I was agreeing with some of the stuff that YF and Lucci was saying, but it's just insults between two camps. It shouldn't lead to people being killed and people being indicted and winding up going to and wind up being in taken to jail on RICO charges. Remember, a couple of months, I think it was last week, I had put out something where it describes more in detail about these new gang units they have in the feds that are going to be taking people down these racketeering charges. So they designed this element of fantasy for these children to get into here, to make this money, and to live out these fantasies that was embedded in us through all of the gang stuff they threw on us when we was young, the movies, the TV shows, anything that they can do to program us into that mindset. All of the TV shows are anytime there's a bad guy, it was a black person. A black person was the pimp. A black person was the one in the streets. You know, so they give us these ideas, and then you give these young boys this money. And I know for a fact that from the beginning of hip hop, it was always competition. Because hip hop started when I was a little kid, and it was always competition. This DJ crew against that DJ crew, these MCs against those MCs. Hey, Dubs, long time no see. And it was always a game of competition, but it went from a competition of art into a competition of death. And they took out the element of art and just put in what they lead us to believe we're supposed to be. They give us these images and we follow it. And I understand because I was caught up in those images too. I grew up with gangsters. I rocked with the gangsters. Wasn't attracted to the corny dudes. I was attracted to the gangsters in the hood. You know, they were my friends, they were my brothers, and some of them became one or two of them became my lover at some point. So we're all attracted to danger, you know, and we're all attracted to that element. But it's also because that is what we exalt and that's what we put on a pedestal. The most popular females are involved with the street dudes, and the street dudes are involved in drugs or some type of criminal activity. If we not, we look at them like a sucker. You know what I'm saying? So we kind of put those type of images on us. We kind of give it life and reinforcement. What you laughing at, Ben? You know that's the truth. So I'm taking a look at this. I'm looking at Duck and Vaughn, Dirk and Vaughn. I'm looking at Chief Keef and JoJo. I'm looking at Wyan, what's his name? Young Ines and Fulio. And it's all the same scenario. So I think that we tend to think that we are independently doing things and nobody else is watching us, but there's always people watching us. They're always watching what we're doing. So when they're seeing these two groups of people going back and forth, and then all of a sudden guns appear, you know, it goes from fights to guns, and then you take the money out of the streets. You don't have no programs for children. A lot of people don't see no light at the end of the tunnel, and you offer them the rap game. And then the rap game, you get in the rap game, and you want to be Robin Hood to your peoples, and you add the element of beefing and who's the roughest and who's the toughest. You know what I'm saying? You take that element out the streets, you throw it in the music, you throw these kids millions of dollars, and they're living out their fantasy, and then they let you rock for a little while. They let you rock. You get comfortable. You get a little 4 or 5 years in. You know what I'm saying? And then, boom, here they come. And the whole everything's destroyed. And you have a bunch of yes ma'ams around you because they want a chance at that dream too, to be successful and get that paper and be able to provide for themselves and their families. And they get trapped up in the game as well. So this is all a setup. And yeah, they're going to put the trap out there, but you have to realize that you're playing chess and you're being used as a pawn, because that's what they have these kids doing. It's always the same scenario with different names and different states. But they take the elements that we tend to be attracted to because they're watching us on social media. They're watching what we're attracted to. What has the numbers? What do we like? What kind of music do we like to hear? What kind of movies do we like? They could tell by the numbers on that. So, it's just like they have one big survey going with us through entertainment. And they get this report card and this spreadsheet on us, what we like, what we don't like, how we think, what sets us off. Then they throw in the reality shows. You know what I'm saying? Teaspoon, pound. They throw in the reality shows and the Bad Girls Club and who's the nastiest, who's the most rude one. That's the one everybody wants to see every week. They become the star. So it's always the one that's unruly and hard to deal with and has a negative attitude. Those are the ones that they tend to train us to exalt. So now this is spilling out into the music now. We're not attracted to people that's playing the violin, know how to rock the piano. You know what I'm saying? Know how to write a beautiful song. It's how did you finesse what you did to somebody in a song? How do you finesse having a certain number of bodies? What is your body count? And then when it becomes unbearable and people start getting killed, hello, Brooklyn boy. Um, there you go. It's all set. What up, nephew? Um, Murder in the building. And it becomes reality. See, for us, we still knew the difference between reality and what wasn't real. Like, we knew, like, we can't do that. We're going to go to jail for life. And you have to think, this is only one part of your life, and it can decide the rest of your life. So for you to get up there and get all this paper and wind up in the feds, that's a big failure right there. That's a big 360 that you did. You know what I'm saying? And all the audience is going to do is look for the next group of guinea pigs, and they're going to have the same formula. This group gets popular, that group is popping, this group is popping, they go at each other. Somebody goes to jail and someone dies. It's always the same story. Or both die, and everybody else that's left, they go to jail and they get destroyed. They're not still prevalent or important or have relevance in the game. So I would say you got a good 5 years in the game, and then it's a wrap. So is that 5 years worth it? Are y'all watching these things play out in the same formula being used with every situation and every story? It can't just be me. And you, as the youth, you should be watching this, because this is a time for you to use your mind and be intelligent. This is not the time to act out these characters that they give us to be. Make your own decision what you're going to be. What up, AC King? Don't let anyone dictate to you what you're supposed to be. We're great and we did great things, but they don't teach you the greatness of us. When you go to school, everybody is great except for you. Hello, Alicia B. Same story over and over again, time and time again. And we still don't get it. We still want to, this is only 5 years they had. It's not like it was 15 years. Peace, Keith. They do sell their soul in more ways than one. But we have to understand that they're put in a position to whereas they'll never think that they could excel in life and become successful. So if somebody gives them these contracts and trap them off in this system we live in, which is a trap within itself, the just ice system. Y'all want me to break down the just ice system? I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget. So we're frozen in the just ice system. It's the justice system. That's the system that they have us living under. It's called just ice. It's spelled just ice. And to guard the just ice system, they have a set of people called the police, who are the pole ice. Okay? Follow me where I'm going. You have just ice protected by the pole ice. When the pole ice are in pursuit of you, the children of the sun, they tell you to freeze, right? Because you're under the just ice system and you're being led, you're being pursued by the pole ice. So they tell you to freeze. Okay? When you join the armed forces, the Army, the Navy, the Marines, and the Air Force, they say you're in the service, and it's spelled serve ice. When you go to immigration, okay, who guards the borders in order for you to enter into the country and get and live under the just ice system. What's the name of the police? ICE. Okay. And the people that guard this system to make sure that we stay and abide by this system and the laws, they're called officers, and it's spelled off ice. Off icers. Huh? Off icers. And when you recognize these things, you realize it with your real eyes, or you notice it. And when you notice something, it's spelled not ice. I can't make this up. Then we make up something, the children of the sun. With the resources that we have, we create something. It's called hip hop, or from nothing. We take old records, we scratching them up on our parents' record players, and it becomes this big genre of music. And the first people they send to infiltrate from another race is the Beastie Boys. The Beastie Boys, right? And the second wave where they came, because there was another one, I forgot his name, the one with the glasses that be talking about the gas face. I forgot his fucking name. I'm so sorry, but he was really one of us. He still represent us to this day. He's a white boy. And he knew his shit too. He knew hip hop. He was really hip hop. And after him came Vanilla Ice. Ice, ice, baby. Okay? Then Pete Nice. No, his name wasn't Pete Nice. That's not his name. I forgot his name, but they come in with Ice Ice Baby. When they want to bring the gangster element to hip hop, one of the main people was Ice Cube, Ice T. You know what I'm saying? The slang they gave us, cool out, chill out, shutting down your pineal gland, you the children of the sun. And when your third eye is closed, there's a man named Richard King that wrote a book about he called it the black dot. He said when your pineal gland is closed and you can only see using certain senses, they say that your pineal gland is frozen. Huh? They give you the movie, which they told us for years was the number one children's movie. I think they had 1, 2, and 3. Frozen. Huh? See, these are psychological, diabolical spells underneath the etymology of the English language, which is not ours. So when you ask yourself, why did they take our language from us? Why are we the only race that they have taken our language, our vibration from us? Because we use our power that was given to us because we was made in the image of the Most High, and we use their language. We ask for things we don't even know what we're asking for. We be asking for when we're marching for someone who was done unfairly, who was treated unfairly. We say, no just ice, third base, right, third base. We say, no just ice, no peace. Don't we say that? We get what we ask for. That's why we don't know our own language, because we don't even know what we be asking for, because we're using somebody else's language that's the most recent language in history. When we speak things, we manifest things. So if we don't know what we're speaking about, you do know that the Lord uses Latin in order to solidify the law and the statutes of the law. They use Latin because they cannot use full English for the laws. Because some of the words don't mean what it says it's supposed to mean. It's not absolute. So that's why when you see habeas corpus and stuff like that in the law, in the language of the law, it's because they needed to use a word that really meant what it's supposed to mean. So I'm saying all this to say, we're living under this frozen ice justice system. And they have these pieces and these characters for us to play that will always, everywhere you go to try to escape the system, there's one of them there. Yes, everything, every genre, Alex, every genre, there's always them there to make sure that you have to go through their doors to do it. And they control you like a puppet on a string. And I'm not saying this to make anybody feel like they are living life is worthless or anything like that. It's not, but it's a game. And you got to know the game. This game that y'all think y'all know in the streets, that's not the real game. That's a game that was made up for you to make you feel like you are powerful, because you are powerful. But if you come into your true power, then those that want to control you so that they could be in power can't be in power. Whatever the agenda is, it's people that don't equal up to us. And that's why they have us living under this system and playing this trickery, because that's the only way they can feel they will survive, because they don't have all of the faculties of a human being like us. But they got us following their program because they control the Just Ice system. Then when they give you the money from the Just Ice system, they send you back to spend it at the ice box. That's the name of the jewelry store. So I'm saying all this to say, I know we all think we're independent in our movements, in our systems, in our decisions, but 90% of the time, there's a scenario that's played out for you. And your job is to figure your way out of that scenario. And in order to figure your way out of that scenario, you have to have your total factories, and you have to have faculties, rather, and you have to have integrity. And you have to love yourself, and you have to love other people. And you're not taught to love. You're taught to hate. You're taught to be jealous. You're taught to despise. You're taught to envy. You're taught jealousy. You're taught laziness. You're taught everything but what it is that you're supposed to have to be successful in this system, in this game of chess called justice that we live under. No such thing as coincidence. Ever. 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 They even study astrology and told you in the Bible that astrology was evil. See, everything that God had given us to control this realm, they told you it was bad. And they told you that you shouldn't be doing it, because they do it. They take it and use it, but they use it with different intentions. They don't use it to benefit the planet or the earth, like us teaching Indians how to do the rain dance so that they can eat. That's why we taught them how to do that. When they say make it rain, we really did. We do know how to make it rain, but it's a natural thing. It didn't have nothing to do with money. But they replace these things, these gifts that we have, with artificial things. And when we have those things, we feel complete and we feel whole, because we don't really understand ourselves. See, because if we was living under the barter system, would we be fighting with people because they had 10 cows and you had 2? So, with that being said, let me stand up and show y'all my little pants that I bought. That I bought online, that I thought was I thought that these pants was jeans. And these are some tight ass pants, but let me tell you something. They're very comfortable in the house. And I love the little print, the little color. So I just want to show off to the people who don't like me. And I always do this on every live. But I hope y'all was writing some of that down because I was dropping some jewels just now. We may have to bring back the barter system. I mean, how could we live under the bottom system under how we are now, where everybody's selfish and it's every man for themselves? You know what I'm saying? We used to do that up to when crack came out, but now crack created the children of the corn. That's what they are. They the children of the damn corn. They don't care about rules and laws and adults. Look at that movie, Children of the Corn, and tell me that ain't these kids right now. I see a lot of Malachis out here. You know? I'm looking at Elon Musk, all the things he's saying. I'm wondering, oh, now that he's beefing with Russia, he wants to take restore Donald Trump's Twitter account. These little games that they play. And if it's one thing that I don't like, it's when someone insults my intelligence. Peace, Young. I haven't been up there either, King. I don't really go up there. It's become a circus, and I'm not a circus entertainer, so I haven't been up there either. You talking about Clubhouse? There's too much going on over there for me. Too much ignorance. Grown people being real fucking ignorant, and I was looking at the Jay Prince situation with Larry Hoover, and I think that's very disrespectful to his family. But see, only us, most of the time, because I'm not going to say we the only race that shit on each other, but I think that the main people that should be considered here is not no woman that has the video or anybody else, WAC 100 or anybody else that's involved. Who should be held in consideration here is the family, because we all know that he's a prisoner, a political prisoner. And for us to be taking part in something like this against a political prisoner is the ultimate disrespect to us and them and to themselves. But see, you got some people in life that are forced in a corner and they don't believe in themselves. So they can easily be be used as tools of destruction because they don't believe in themselves and they do fucked up things to get paper. But you don't have to do fucked up things to do paper. And if you got $10 million or $12 million, you don't need to be bothering nobody because you're good. Your family's good. Why are you bothering people? Indeed. Free Larry Hoover. Free all our political partners, political people, and not for any sort of violence or anything, but we need more teachers, leaders, and examples. And Larry Hoover is 70 years old now. This is a 70-year-old man here, and we should be giving him the utmost respect. But this is where disrespect has come to show its ugly head, and it shows that it has no limit, and it shows that most of us have no boundaries. Malachi, he who walks behind the rose. That movie stuck with me all these years. Mine too, Steve. Structure, respect, intelligence, wisdom, grace, honor, and a male figure that men can look up to and have another prototype to look at instead of somebody who calls themselves a gangster and screams gang shit all fucking day and throw up gang signs. That shit ain't doing a motherfucking thing for us. Nothing. We do need leaders like them, but you know what? As a youth, as a young girl, even in the crack era, I even used to get wisdom from the crackhead people. And they weren't crackheads because it wasn't only crackheads that was getting high from crack. I had a homegirl. Her mother was very prestigious, but on the weekends, she would get high. And when I was over there chilling with her sometime on the weekend, I would sit right in there with her and just watch her get high. I ain't get high. But you know what I used to be sitting in there with her doing? Listening to her bill. She was a very wise woman. And she dropped jewels on me that I will never forget to this day. And one thing she said to me that stuck with me was, if you can't deal with the changes of life, you can't deal with life. Because I asked her, what is it that you learned so far? Because she had lost so many friends and family members. And I was like, when you're thinking, because we used to go real deep and just be talking. Because I always like that type of conversations, those type of conversations. And I asked her one night, how do you deal with it? I learned how to deal with the changes of life. I don't know who's calling me, but I hate, you know, I find myself recently since the pandemic that I don't like the freaking phone. I don't like people ringing my phone all the damn time. And I don't know where my phone is. Somewhere in this bed, and I ain't looking for it. But I'm probably sitting on it. This bed just goes so deep in that I be losing stuff in this bed. But um we got to do better as adults because we're allowing these children to become children of the corn. We so tired, we so ran down, we so hurt, and we don't acknowledge it. We think money just fixes everything. Oh, I gotta new this and I gotta new that in the car and the house, and you know, me and my husband going on a trip, and you know what I'm saying? Those things can't fill those holes within your heart. It's artificial. I know. I hate my phone. Like I'm starting to really, really don't like my phone. Like I could be doing something and it rings, and then I want to see what happened. Is everything all right? And I'm doing something right now. Let me find this damn phone. I hope it's not an emergency. Damn, just messed me all up, y'all. Cause I was in a good train of thought, and I came up here to drop some jewels. I was playing around last time. I'm not playing this time. I have to climb on my bed. Brooklyn boy, get money and don't know what to do with it. Yeah, because we taught to just spend it and floss. And I gotta have $100 this and $1,000 and $3,000 that. That's what you gotta do to be respected. And you know, this is the type of thing that happens to us. We get put in these. We get trained. And they give us these ideas of what to do with our money, how to react to things, how to choose our partners, how to raise our children. How they do all these things to us, and we're not realizing it. We're just going along with the program because we was taught by our parents to go along with that program. They didn't know no better. Uh, so I just wanted to kick it to y'all about this young boy, um, and how he just threw his whole fucking life away. Him and the other dude. And I want the people that's not involved in maybe planning to get into a career in music or whatever to pay attention to what's happening. Because you see, O Block didn't go to court yet. And I truly believe that they won't be going to court till another year or two because they probably gathering more shit because they caught this little boy. Let me tell y'all what they said that they did. They put his lyrics up here. And they still doing it. They still like that. How stupid are you? How stupid can you be? This is the third or fourth time. It started with Bobby Shmurda. Okay? They caught him with his Instagram lyrics, right? His lyrics on something he put up on Instagram and his lyrics from his music. Well, let me show y'all this, what this man was saying. I gotta find it now, all these freaking different emails. Okay. This is the lyrics that they put up in the court. Because y'all tend to think that what we do is just for us. Defendant Jeffrey Williams, an associate of YSL, appeared in a song released on social media titled Slady, with lyrics stating, I killed this man in front of his mama. Like, fuck, little bruh, sister, and his cousin. I shoot out, kill him, not leaving a trace. I had to break in the safe. Yeah, and I didn't leave him a trace. They can't even fucking rhyme. Dissect your body like science class, nigga. Gangster, cause you got a body. Little nigga magazine clips, so you might get your issue. You think you gangster cause you got a pistol. Look at my trigger. My trigger start itching. YSL, we going overboard. And overact in furtherance of the conspiracy. Look at those stupid ass, dumbass lyrics. Not only that, it's more. An associate of YSL did appear in a video released on social media captioned Anybody, with Williams stating, I never killed anybody, but I got something to do with that body. I told them to shoot 100 rounds, ready for war like I'm Russia. I get all type of cash. I'm a general. And none of that shit fucking rhyme. An associate of YSL appeared in a video released in social media titled Slime Shit, where lyrics state, hey, this is slime shit. Hey, YSL shit. Hey, killing 12 shit. Hey, fuck a jail shit. Hey, cooking white brick. I'm not new to this. Hey, I'm so true to this. Hey, I done put a whole slime on 100 licks. Slime or get slimed. I'm in the VIP and I got that pistol on my hip. You praying that you live. I'm praying that I hit. Hey, this that slime shit. Fuck the police. Fuck them. In a high speed, 100 rounds in a Tahoe. I'm prepared to take them down. Go banana clips for all these niggas acting monkey. This that slime shit. This that mob shit. Fuck the judge. YSL. This that mob life. This stupid ass fucking lyrics. My first rhyme was this. I was in 7th grade. Well, I was in A&S just looking my best. Two cops came up to me and said, you're under arrest. I said, what for, man? I didn't do anything. He said, yes, you did. You stole a pair of earrings. I said, come on now, mister, you must be whack. You can't take me to the precinct or something like that. He said, come on, little girl, you better not resist. You could get 2 to 4 for doing something like this. So I called my mother on the telephone. She said, where you at, Renee? You better come on home. I said, Ma, I'm locked up for something I didn't do. She said, ha, 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 that's good for you. So they locked me up in the cell called C. And all the prisoners took advantage of me. And when I got back home, it was no longer 84. And I never went back to A&S anymore. That should sound better. I wrote that shit in 1984. Didn't you understand that story compared to this stupid shit they was just saying? That's not art. I was 13 years old when I wrote that. I was 13 or 14 years old. And then I started hanging out with the fat boys because they was in my class. And he had me writing rhymes. And I remember I wrote these. I only remember 4 bars from this. I said, well, I was sitting in the class just being bored. The teacher was talking and being ignored. I pulled out a piece of paper and I started to write. And what I wrote on the paper was a sheer delight. I started talking about my man, the one I love. He's the one I'm always thinking of. I mean, if you look at the concept, I'm not saying that to brag, and I know it's old school, but if you look at it, you can see the storyline. You can see the art. You can see poetry. You can't see that in these rhymes these dudes be saying. That you're not saying nothing. You sound fucking stupid. A 5-year-old could write that shit. But this is how they took the element out of it, the art out of it, and put in the reality show bullshit. it's the art of storytelling, but it's really the art of the foundation of hip hop. It's not really. They started calling it the art of storytelling later, but it began that way. It was a story. It was a story, and then you build from there. And you build your character. You boast about yourself. You talk about how talented you are. You talk about how confident you are. It wasn't about how I'm gonna go kill somebody tomorrow. And I don't mean to keep repeating that, but that's all this fucking music be saying. And you got a couple of artists here and there. They be trying to put their art out there. Rod Wave and what's the little boy named Kendrick Lamar, and a couple of these dudes, they be trying to tell their stories. I saw Meek Mill wrote a dope song one time about the pains of coming from the hood and all you got to go through. Nobody paid that no mind, because they was too enthralled now with this gang and this beef stuff and people killing each other, and one person dying from this side and then another person dying on that side. Polo G too, but I ain't never really listened to Polo G because some of the things he says outside, I don't like what he be saying. I don't like the things that he says outside of his music. But then again, let me be fair, because I don't really listen to him. I tend to gravitate more to the troubled artists because I'll be trying to figure them out, because I want to know what to say to the kids when I'm talking to them. So I tend to look at the most popular artists, the most gritty artists, and the ones that the kids are most attracted to. Because I know what it feels. I ain't forget what it feels like to be young. I didn't forget that. I had a ball when I was young, and I wish that y'all could enjoy that fun that we were having. Y'all can't have no fun. Y'all can't take your kids out. You have to be careful if somebody might come in Chuck E. Cheese and start shooting in the place. It's traumatizing for children. And let me tell y'all this, because I studied psychology. Children's minds and their personalities are formed between 0 months and 6 years old. That's the best time for the programming to begin. So you got the kids watching Power, you got them playing GTA, you got them doing all these things, and those things are programming them and getting them ready to be who the ICE people want them to freaking be. Because you're too busy doing whatever you're doing, and you don't want to sit down with your kids, so you put them and sit them down in front of a video game. Don't get me wrong. I raised my son very well. He was very intelligent. My son was doing Shakespeare in ninth grade. He was traveling to other states and going to do Shakespeare plays. And his drama teacher used to call me and was like, your son is very, very talented. I suggest that he stays in this field. But my son, I didn't force him to do anything. I always told him to do what his heart led him to do. And he never saw me doing anything illegal. He never saw me living off welfare. I was always working. If I was working full time and going to school, but I could do that because my mother and I had a 2-family house, so my mom was right there. It wasn't like I was missing. I was always, when I wasn't in school, I was home with him. When I wasn't at work, I was home with him. But he made his decisions, and he wound up getting locked up at some point in his life. So you don't only have, but one thing I could say is he knew that it was his fault, and he knew he took accountability for it. So my teachings didn't go to waste, because now when I speak to him and when I speak to that boy and he says something to me, I have to go look up the word, what he said to me, because he done memorized the whole dictionary. Um, Early childhood development, those are the most important stages of a child's life. That forms his or her whole personality, or who they're going to be as an adult. That's where their personality forms. So I'm not going to be coming up here and I'm not knocking any other channels. I think everybody is good at what they do, and they tell you. How am I hearing? Huh? Okay. I'm looking at somebody was talking. Oh, that's probably my homegirl was listening. Oh, I blocked him by mistake. Oh shit. How can I unhide you? Oh man, I blocked you by mistake. Now I gotta go find you. Damn. I gotta go find you, Murder Gang. I blocked you by mistake. I was trying to give you a wrench. Um, can I unblock it? It won't let me unblock. This sucks. Anyway, we got a lot of we have to start using our mind more, and we have to teach the children to start using their mind more as well. Because it's a waste. It's we living in. Don't y'all see every day in the news how worse and worse and worse these things are getting? Crime is getting in every state. It's not like it's just one place or a couple of things happening. No, every day it's like 10 different things or more. Okay, okay. I think I see him. I see him. I see you, Murder Gang. Hold on. Okay, are you there now? Say something else, Murder Gang. Type something now in there. I hope I didn't block him. She did it by accident. Yeah, I did it by accident. Murder Gang, try to type something. Oh, he said you blocked me. I'm sorry. I was trying to give you a green bean. I can't. Okay, I can't do it in here. I got to do it. You got to comment on the actual live when I'm on YouTube live. I can't give you one here. That's why. If you comment after the video is finished underneath, then I could hit you and give you a what you call it? Because I can't even see who have a wrench when I'm on live on StreamYard. Yo, I see you. Yeah, so I looked at that scenario with this young man, Young Thug. I didn't even really like him. I'm gonna be honest. Once I saw him wearing dresses, I was done with him. I was like, no, no. And then you calling yourself Tupac, you being double disrespectful now. So I wasn't watching him at all. But it's unfortunate that he fell into that trap. And what I want to say to the youth out there, if you're listening to me, is don't be a pawn piece, because that's what these young men are. They're pawn pieces. And they don't even know it. Even if you got a lot of money right now, boo boo, when they ready to take that money from you, they will take it. They will take it. And most of y'all not smart with that money anyway. Y'all do some dumb shit. Give it right back to the people. They always got somebody right there looking at you. Yeah, yeah, come on over here. You know. And then y'all go buy them big chains just looking like a bunch of slaves. I just hate it, y'all. Maybe it's just my sight, the way that I see things, but it's just, I can't even watch sports no more. Definitely don't be a rapper. Definitely don't be that. Stay away from the rapping thing. Can't even live. You got a better chance living on the streets than you do being a rapper. And I never thought I would see the day that would happen. But it is what it is. Um, I just wanted to cover that real fast and let y'all know that these people is playing hella games. Stop falling for it. I was looking like I was blue or something. I was like, what the hell? Pay more attention to what y'all are doing and listening to and letting your kids listen to, the games you're letting them play. There's a whole program going on out here. It's a whole program. And they're trying to raise your children to want to pursue that type of lifestyle. of being whatever they want you to be in the streets, and you don't have to be that. My side of my mouth is swollen. I gotta go to the dentist. I look like a seesaw, a potato head person. After this live, make comments. You'll get your blue wrench, Murder Gang. Yeah, make the comment on underneath the video, and I'll give you your blue wrench. Because I can't do it from here. But cartoons, movies, TV shows, we gotta watch that. And we have to recognize hip hop came out of you got different forms now, but it came out of poverty and creativity. And the creativity has been removed almost completely. So now you just have, it's like a zombie. Because you don't have none of the faculties of being a human being, and there's no art being displayed. It's just a bunch of murder and some stupid words put together, sound like nursery rhymes, and everybody's bopping to it, fucking looking retarded because it ain't hot. It's not creative, and it's not art. It's just poison. It's fucking poison. I find here and there. That's why I like Lil J, because I can see the art, the creativity in his music, even though I don't like some of the things he says. And I hope that he grows out of that. But I like him because I can see the art in him. I can see the creativity in him. You know what I'm saying? Did he call himself Tupac? Yeah, he called himself Tupac. He said he's the Tupac of this generation, and he's going to be the thug that Tupac couldn't be. When Tupac said thug, he didn't say thug as in being a gangster. There was two Tupacs. The Tupac that started Thug Life, it was the hate you gave. The hate you gave. I forgot the acronym for that, but it didn't mean to be a gang member. It didn't mean that. So don't be using Tupac to be dumb in them streets. Tupac wasn't like that. When he got to death row and he got around Suge Knight, he changed. But he was getting back to himself again. And that's when he got killed. But that's not what he was about. Mm-hmm. He was very intelligent. If you listen to his speeches, you see who he was. But he was young too. So when you're young, everybody wants to be the baddest person on the block. Everybody can't be the baddest person on the block. The baddest person on the block, they losing their life too. So what the fuck difference do it make? Anyway, y'all, I just wanted to drop that real fast, and I'm about to get up out of here and do some things. I want to listen to a few people. Thank you, Mama. I want to listen to a few people's lives too later today if I could stay up, and I want to hear a lot of the commentary. But if anything, y'all should be learning from all of this, because I told people when I went on X-Men RICO, I was telling people in 5 to 6 months they're gonna start taking people into the feds and RICO. They already been started, but it's gonna be more often now because they done trapped you off. You got that money, but well, guess where your dumb ass gonna be? Locked up. Look at all the stuff Casanova's going through. Now you an ape. Now you in jail. Via Lucci, his ass gets stabbed. He crying. He wants people to come and get him out of there. They trying to kill me. Listen. This is not the life that you want to live and choose to live. You could get respect in way different ways. And if you have to do those type of things to get respect from people, those are not the people that you should be around. I'm just saying. But anyway, Lotus is about to check out because I have other things that I need to do, but I love y'all. And I'm trying to get more familiar with being live so I can build up my little audience and we can entertain each other. Okay? And learn from each other too. So, peace and love. Gang, gang.